good. Thank you for asking, and happy Tuesday. How was your day?
Um, my day is so far so good.
Oh, that's nice to hear that.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I am Teacher Bailey, and I will be your teacher for today, probably one of your teachers, so it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Right. Well, anyway, for today, what is the topic that you have chosen for our class?
My chosen article is contact lens zoom.
I see. Okay, and why did you choose this article?
Because in the past, I I used it to I used it to use the contact lens as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know about the function of the contact lens. Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay, well then, before we start, have you already read the article?
Oh yes, I already read it.
Okay, so that's good. So can you just give me a short summary as to what this article is talking about?
Yes, this article is all about the new function of contact lens, and
Mm-hmm.
the researchers have developed a contact lens so that contact lens can zoom in and zoom out.
Mm-hmm.
So we could see the distant objects very well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And yeah, this is all that I understand.
Okay. Well, good job.
Hmm.
So it's all of what you said are basically correct. Basically, it means that there's a newly developed contact lenses that
Hmm.
researchers from US have found,
Hmm.
and this is a contact lens which can zoom in and zoom out. So, do you know how can this contact lenses be zoomed in or zoomed out?
This article say that when we move our eye, wait a minute, is in, does your eyes has been exfoliated? Hmm. Certain eye movements,
Okay, so
like.
you can use it by certain eye movement, but that does not mean that if you move your eye to the left or to the right,
Mhm.
or if you look to your left or your right, it
Mm-mm.
will be zoomed in or out.
Mm.
Basically, from the article that I've read, in order to
Mhm.
zoom in
Mhm.
or to see distant objects, you have to blink twice.
Oh,
Yes. So,
if I
well, but
blink two times,
mhm.
then I can see the distant object very well.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's basically what they
Say.
did with the prototype that they made. So they blink
Mhm.
twice, and
Mhm.
then you can see the objects. However, do you think that
Mhm.
blinking twice has its own disadvantages?
Yes, because I don't mean to zoom in or zoom out, but just all
Mhm.
of the sudden I could blink two times mm, because of the dry of my eyes,
Mhm.
or there was something on my eyes. So
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's what I also realized when
Mm,
I read that article. So what if I just randomly blink twice? Then it
mm,
means out of nowhere the contact lens would zoom
mm,
in
mm,
rather,
mm.
and I would be just shocked as to, oh, what is this, right?
Oh
So
yes.
yeah, and sometimes there are things that we wouldn't want to see in a closer view, right? But then
Mm-mm.
again, if that happens, then it would kind of like be awkward, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Right. Okay, so I just have few questions regarding this article. So are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so my first question is, do you think that this
Mm-hmm.
research could be considered as something revolutionary?
Um, revolutionary.
Mhm.
Could you say again?
Do you think that
Mhm.
this research could be considered as something revolutionary?
Um, I think. that yes,
Mm.
because um I believe that um many people try to buy it because sometimes um mm, I feel that I want to see the distant object at the time. If I have this contact lens,
Mhm.
I can live more conven- convenience life. I guess I'm
Mhm.
not sure. How about you? What do you think about it?
I actually think it is, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, especially for people who have poor eyesight. You
Mm-mm.
know, for me, I used to wear glasses too.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do have 20/20 vision, so I don't really have bad eyesight. It's just
Mm-mm.
that when I use the computer, I need to wear anti-radiation glasses, which
Mm-mm.
I'm not wearing right now.
Mm-mm.
But I think wearing glasses somehow it's very uncomfortable,
Mm-mm.
especially if the glasses stays here,
Mm-mm.
right?
Mm-mm.
It sometimes it leaves a mark and it's
Mm-mm.
quite painful to be honest.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
and especially for those people who wear glasses, there are times wherein if they are reading and then, maybe they're drinking a cup of coffee,
Mm-mm.
sometimes when they drink a mist like forms in their glasses which makes it
Mm.
blurry too. So I think yes.
Ah. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. So for me, maybe it
Mm-mm.
will be revolutionary or it
Mm.
already is. Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, because usually you can see this type of contact lenses on movies only, not in
Mm.
real life.
Mm.
Mhm. Right. Well, do you have any questions so far?
No.
None. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Okay, so since this is just new, right? When do you think could this contact lens be released to the public? And also for how much would it be sold or how much is it going to cost?
Um, I think that it will cost around $100, $1,000,
Mhm. Mhm.
$1,000 because it is very outbreaking technology
Mhm.
and mm, I think that the process of making this contact lens costs a lot
Right.
because they have to put the sense of the eye blanket.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
hmm So yeah, I believe that the process of making this would be very expensive. So I think that it'll be $1,000.
Right. Mhm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. But when do you think can this be released?
Um, from after 5 10 years after.
10 years. I see.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Because
Right. Mm.
they have to do more experiments
Mhm.
and also they need some volunteers that
Mhm.
they need some volunteers and for over 5 years they have
Mm.
to figure out some side effect of this when they
Mhm.
use over 5 years.
Mhm.
Mm, yes, and then also they have to change the function in convenience way. Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of this. So it
Mhm.
will take around 10 years.
I see. Right. I do agree with you. When it comes to these things, especially if they are related to technology,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we really have to do further research. You know,
Mm,
as we mentioned earlier, this is something that's new to people, and also it's something that could be really helpful
mm,
for a lot. That's why I think that if people were
mm,
to sell this, it needs to be perfect, right? Because it
mm,
needs to be the worth of their price.
mm.
Mhm. Right. Well, how about you? You know, earlier you said that they will need some volunteers for this project or for this
Mm-mm.
new discovery.
Mm-mm.
If you were asked to try this, are you going to
Mm.
try it?
No,
Why
because
not? Mhm.
because I think that this contact lens is very convenient to lens, so I do love to use it. But
Oh.
before I
Mhm.
know about the side effects,
Mhm.
I have to be careful about it
Right.
because my eye is very precious thing.
Mhm.
And
I see.
if I lose my eyesight, then I
Mhm.
could recover it.
Mhm.
I have to do surgery, or I have to wear glasses every day, kind
Mhm.
of this.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I don't think so. It is worth it to
Mhm.
volunteer to be a volunteer.
Right, right. Even for me, even if they give me $100,000,
Mm,
I wouldn't do it. Yeah, because as
mm-mm,
you mentioned, our eyes is probably one of the most important things
mm-hmm,
or important body parts that we
mm-mm,
have next to our heart and our brain.
mm-mm,
So for me, if I lose my eyesight, I would really be devastated. And as you mentioned, there are many processes as to how you can regain your eyesight back. So
mm-mm.
yeah, my answer is the same with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we move on to the next question, do you have
Mm.
any questions for me or anything you would like to ask at all?
Nope.
None? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then my final question for this article
Mm-mm.
is if you could discover something
Mm.
that hasn't been yet known to humans or hasn't been discovered, what would it be and why?
Discover something new.
Yeah.
Well, discover something new. I didn't imagine that, but
Mm.
mm, mm,
Mhm.
I think that if there is some smart device that we can put that if we put that device on our ear,
Mhm.
then whenever we had to communicate with the foreigners, then we can gain some translation right away.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
really awesome. Yeah, I think it's really nice. Okay, and how would that like work? How will you operate that device?
When I turn on that device,
Yeah?
and for example, if I have to communicate with the Swedish, like I
Mm-mm.
don't know about their own language, the
Right?
time if I
Mhm.
turn on that device when my partner speaks something, then
Mhm.
right away the device can mm, translate right away, and they speak that
Mhm.
device can speak in Korea. They
Oh,
can
okay. So for
change.
example,
Mhm.
I have my AirPod here.
Mm-mm.
So, for example, this AirPod, if I press a button and I'm talking to you and
Mm-mm.
I don't know Korean, it
Mhm.
would when you say something, it would be automatically translated to English.
Uh, yeah, automatically translate to English. Mm.
Oh, that's really awesome. I do hope
Mm.
that you discover that. I would be very interested in buying
Mm.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, learning a language to be honest, it's
Mm.
really difficult. Like language acquisition is one of the hardest things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can totally say it because I'm learning Hangul as of the
Uh,
moment. Yeah, and
mm-mm.
I think this device would be really wonderful.
Yes, I hope
Mhm.
so.
Right. But then again, I think a similar how can I say this? Yeah, a similar app
Ah,
can be
yes.
found on our phones, right? Especially
Mm-mm.
for iPhone. like
Mm,
Siri, when you ask her to do or to
mm-mm,
translate this, it will be translated.
mm-mm,
Yeah. So I think having it in this small thing would be better, than
mm.
using your phone and holding it.
Yeah, especially when we have to go travel or around the world.
Right.
Like
Right.
some of the people couldn't speak in English.
Mhm.
And at the time, I think it is very useful for them and for to me. So when I
Right.
speak Koreans, when I speak in Korean,
Mhm.
then that that device can translate right away in
Mhm.
their word. So yeah, but we
Mhm.
have to share that device to them.
Right. Oh, I
Mhm.
think we really have to. Maybe
Mm.
later I will say, since I like using SNS, I would look for a device like that, and if it's not there, then you're the first person who thought of it.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So, since we're able to, I think, cover most of this article, can you just give me a short conclusion
Mhm.
towards this article?
Conclusion of this article.
Yeah.
This article is all about the contact lens and the
Mm.
new research and researchers have a researcher thought about the new function of the contact lens, which
Mm.
is that contact lens we can zoom in or zoom out by ourselves
Right.
our if we move our eye or blink our eye.
Right. Mhm.
So it would be very useful useful device, useful lens in the
Right.
future because
Mhm.
even though we have a very good eyesight,
Mhm.
but sometimes we couldn't recognize the distance objects such as
Mhm.
the signboard. The
Mhm. Mhm.
time we have to go there to recognize it. But if we have those kind of this contact lens,
Mhm.
then we don't need to go there. Just uh we can just use our contact lens by
Mhm.
blanking our eye, something
Hi.
like this. Yeah.
Right. Right. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Finished?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, I really like the last part that you said. We if we want to see something from afar, we
Mhm.
can just blink twice and we can see it. Like for
Mm.
example, when your friend is
Mhm.
out there waiting for you, you can just blink. Oh, my friend is already here. Sunny is
Mm.
already here. I need to move fast. So I
Mm.
think that's really nice. Okay, so that's it for this article, but we still have like
Mhm.
7 minutes
Yes.
of class
And
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I already read the another article.
Oh,
So
that's really nice.
yes, I read Killing Mosquitoes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And why did you choose this article from the advanced topics,
Because in Korea these days, like
right?
especially during the summer season, so like these
Mm.
days, we have a lot of the mosquitoes.
Oh. Mm.
So I have to buy some device to kill
Yeah.
them,
Mhm.
or like the
Mhm.
spray or some kind
The
of
racket,
yeah,
like the tennis racket.
yeah, tennis rackets. It
Mhm.
will make some elec electricity.
Right, electric shock. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, electric
Mhm.
shock. Mm.
Mm-mm-mm. I
Mm.
see. Right. We do have that as well.
Mm-mm.
And especially here during rainy season, we
Mm-mm.
do have a lot as well.
Yes, I heard
Right.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, anyway, since you've already read this and we're trying to fit everything in our time, I will not maybe I'll just ask you later about the article. Let's go to the questions for now. Okay. So in here it says that the mosquitoes
Mm-hmm.
who were how can I say it? sort of like killed or transferred to a new island were the ones that has dengue virus and Zika virus.
Mhm.
Right. So do you have an idea as to what dengue virus or Zika virus is?
What dengue and Zika virus
Yes.
is?
Yes.
Actually, I'm not familiar with this kind of disease, but
Mm.
it is very severe disease. So,
Mhm.
if I got virus, if
Infected.
if I infected,
Mm.
um, I don't know what happens to me.
Okay, so basically, because me, I have experienced. I think
Oh.
I was first grade of high school.
Mhm.
Yeah, I experienced being infected with the dengue virus.
Mm-mm.
However, it's not that really severe in some
Mm.
cases, because
Mm-mm.
there are times where you can still treat it, but the worst
Mm-mm.
is where you cannot.
Mm-mm.
And for some cases, people do die because of this
Oh,
virus
really?
or infection. Yeah, yeah. Here in the Philippines, I do think that usually children
Mm-mm.
are the ones who suffer most from this insects.
Mm.
And for me, I think it's really heartbreaking sometimes. So for
Mm.
dengue virus, you can the symptoms are you get fever,
Fever.
headache,
Mm.
also vomiting.
Vomiting.
Yes, like you throw up,
Yeah.
and sometimes nosebleed.
Oh, no sleep.
Yes. For me, this is the to be honest, when I was bitten by the mosquito that time because I was taking a shower and I
Mm-mm.
don't know where did that mosquito came from, I
Mm.
actually felt that my my temperature
Mm.
suddenly got higher.
Oh, really? When
Yeah,
you
and
bite, when you
yeah.
bite, all of the sudden your body temperature will go up?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Really?
what I felt. Yeah, and for me,
Oh.
I was like, oh, maybe it's just something that I ate this morning, because I was
Oh.
getting ready for school. And then when I
Oh.
was already in my school, I was not really feeling well. I was so dizzy, my head
Uh-uh.
was hurting, and then I had my teacher checked my temperature, and she said that I already had fever.
Uh,
Now,
then
mm,
then you have to separate with your friends or the family. You have to be.
I didn't know it during that time, to be
Uh-huh.
honest. Uh-huh. So what I did was I finished the day and I went home.
Mm-hmm.
Now what my mom thought was it was just a normal fever as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next day my nose started to bleed, and to be honest, it was bleeding for at least 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
Yeah, and 15
Oh.
seconds it's quite fast because the blood coming out of my nose, it's just too much.
Blood?
Yeah, blood.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
To the
is
point
very,
where my
yeah.
dad, yeah, we put ice in here in
Mm-mm.
the bridge of my nose to
Mm-mm.
stop the bleeding, and
Mm.
fortunately it did. Yeah, that's why when we went to the doctor,
Yes,
my
then
doctor said,
also if you
mm,
got infected from the mosquito and you can
yeah.
also infect this virus to other people?
Oh no, 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 no.
No, no.
No,
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
happen like that. Yeah, so you can
Uh-huh.
still stay at home.
Uh-huh.
It will not be carried out just because of you. So yeah, it's
Mm,
totally fine. It's just the mosquitoes who had this, and they are the ones who
yeah.
infected. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but fortunately, I got better, and it wasn't that worse compared to the cases that
Mm,
we had here. Yeah, so my mom
mm,
always tells me to put a mosquito repellent or make sure that
mm,
before 5 p.m., because that's the usual time where there are a lot of mosquitoes,
mm.
before 5 p.m., close the door and the
Oh, yes.
windows to make sure that they don't get in.
Mm,
And have our trusty racket.
mm.
Yeah. So how about in Korea, or how about you? Have you heard any incidents about this?
Um, Actually, I'm not familiar with the dengue fever, but
Mm-mm.
like when I was in middle school students, we have a very severe disease.
Oh, really?
So I forget the name of disease, but
Mm-hmm.
some of the people did died because of that disease.
Mm-hmm.
And if we if we mix our like the food, if we eat
Right?
the food with the other people,
Mm-mm.
then we can get infected from the other people. It is
Oh.
infectious, how to call that, infectious disease.
Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, infectious disease. So like for 2 weeks we cannot attend the school if I got this
Mm.
disease. Hmm.
Oh.
So
Oh, pneumonia? Is this what this is? When was
pneumonia.
this? Yeah, pneumonia. It
Mm.
says here respiratory virus of severe pneumonia in
Mm.
Korea, South Korea.
Ah, yeah, then it is right.
Oh, really? It's this one?
Yeah.
I see. Wow. And also hepatitis. Wow. Okay. But pneumonia, I do agree that this can be how can I say? This could be carried out to another person. So,
Mm-mm.
wow, for me. And is this already cleared now, like this
Yeah,
infection?
we don't have any this disease right now. But
Oh.
yeah, so at the time, all the scientists try to focus on making some pill to
Mm-mm.
protect our body from infection.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I
So yeah,
see. Well, that's good because I believe that the medical field or the medical industry in South Korea is really great. You know, you have, I
yes.
believe, five of the biggest hospitals in the world. So,
Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Well, I do hope that, in the near future, such viruses wouldn't exist anymore.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, so Sunny, our time is already over.
Yes.
But do you have any questions for me?
No, but I was very happy for meet you.
Oh, thank you. Me too. You know what? As for me, I'll just give a few feedbacks. I think you're really good. You're not afraid to express yourself well, which is really nice, especially for learning English. And also, one thing that you can do to further improve your vocabulary is to
Mm-mm.
try and look for different words or
Mm-mm.
synonyms.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, you're welcome. And I do hope that you have a wonderful day ahead. And I'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.